Hello to each and every one of you, witches, wizards and Mancunian muggles alike, to the Harry Potter Forbidden Forest experience here at the Arley Howland Gardens in Cheshire, and indeed this week's episode of Your Manchester. I'm Michael Adams. I'll be here all evening showing you around, and Belinda Scandal is coming to you from the Palace Theatre in Manchester. Of course, The Lion King is on its way to our city. We're really looking forward to that. So come with me, we're going to go for a walk. Look at all of this. So you can grab all of your merch here from the Forbidden Forest Emporium. And then just down there, we've got the Cauldron Cafe. How good is this? Look at this. Cornish pixie pasty, the mulling pot, Conjuring Cafe. Sounds a bit of me, that. And of course, it is Halloween this week, isn't it? I hope you all had a good time on Monday. But look at that. If you've got a bit of pumpkin spare from your pumpkin carving, make it into a pasty. What a good idea that is. So we've had our safety introduction. I have to say, I am a little bit frightened. It is very dark, quite cold, quite wet, quite spooky, but it's got all the sights, all the sounds, and I'm really looking forward to it. Follow me, we're going to go this way. So we're going to head up this way. I think I can see a Harry Potter legend. I can see Hagrid, follow me. Look who it is! It's Hagrid! He's got his back turned, he must be camera shy. So look at this, I think I might have found Hedwig. There are owls literally everywhere you look, in all of the trees. But I wonder what creatures our Belinda Scandal's come across. She's down at the Palace Theatre in Manchester for The Lion King. Good evening, Belinda.
Thank you, Michael. And I am now joined by the fabulous cast of The Lion King. It's going to be immense. Introduce yourselves to our lovely, lovely viewers.
My name is Stevenson, and I play Simba.
Mm-hmm. And my name is Nokwanda Kuzwayo. I play Nala.
This musical is just about to take over Manchester. It's going to be an absolute sensation, isn't it? And you've now been extended for 11 weeks. What is the power behind this musical?
I mean, great question. It just goes and goes, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. It's I think the beauty about the show is it's a show about animals. You know, it's kind of as far removed from us as it could be, but really there's a lot of humanity there. You know, and almost no matter what stage of your life you're in, whether you're the age of the young Simbas or you're a grandparent at sort of Rafiki's age, there's somebody on stage that represents you and that can resonate with you.
Now, this musical, like I say, it's been going for many, many years now. First as an animation, then as this beautiful musical. Do you remember it from the animation?
Quite honestly, I watched the animation after I've seen the theatre version, which is quite different for most people, and I think I love the stage more.
That's because it has changed. It seems to have got a new life thanks to this musical. What's different, would you say, obviously, apart from the animation side of it?
Well, I mean, the characters get expanded a bit more. There are a few more songs. Nala's character specifically gets a lot more to do, so it's kind of got a bit of a feminist reimagining, I suppose. There's been a bolstering there as well. And obviously, there's a lot that changes when you're, having animated animals or real people. So we kind of had to work out how to bring those movements of sort of being lions or gazelles into the real world. And on top of that, we have and loads of puppets. It's a real spectacle. So there's 232 different puppets in the show. Yeah, I know we have a full-size elephant puppet right down to a tiny little mouse, and everything in between. So the full animal kingdom is kind of represented there.
And you mentioned Nala's character. It has got broadened. How important is that for you as an actress to see characters that were perhaps secondary characters become forefront characters?
It's actually quite important because, from when you see young Nala, she's just a strong, fierce character. But then again, when you see the older version of Nala, there's a lot more that she goes through that people don't see. You see the vulnerable Nala, you see the Nala who's uncertain, which really grows you as an actor.
Now, it's a coming-of-age story, perhaps for your character, but it's also a love story between your two characters as well.
Yes.
And because of that, you get the classic songs, Can You Feel the Love Tonight, and a few more as well. There's been new songs added into the musical. What's in the musical that wasn't in the animation?
Well, both of us have a song that is not so.
We've got Shadowlands for Nala
and Endless Night for Simba, and there are a few kind of reworkings, and on top of that, there's a lot of traditional tribal African music that is added into the show, which gives it this kind of flavour that I think is unlike anything else that you can see in the UK, really.
And you mentioned traditional, the costumes themselves, everything's been thought out so meticulously, hasn't it? What are the costumes? What do they say to you when you get into character?
I mean, the costumes do a lot for us, really, don't they? We both wear these really intricate hand-beaded corsets that kind of bring you up, and then we also both wear these big lion sort of crown masks, really. That once you put it all on, you can't help but sort of feel like a king and queen.
And queen, yes, true.
And so, wearing them masks, then are you then becoming acting through yourself, or are you then transferring it over to the mask?
It's actually both. It's what's Julie Taymor call a double event, where you can actually see the animal and also see the humanity. In the puppet does the animal part, and then my face does the human part, which is really amazing. You can't watch one. You actually have to watch
both
at the same time.
It has been described many times as a feast for the eyes. Would you agree with that comment?
Oh yeah, feast for the eyes, feast for the ears, the senses,
It's good, isn't it? He's got a lovely smile, hasn't he? A lovely smile.
Well sourced, well baked. Get any 14-inch New York style Nell's pizza for £7.77 every weekday 12 till 4 p.m. at our Canal Side bar, Nell's at Campus or Common in the Northern Quarter. Choose from our entire menu, including DU Roni Honey, Original Cheese and Vegan Deluxe. Follow us on Instagram at Nell's Pizza to find out more, or visit nellspizza.co.uk to book a table now.
So I'm now joined by Chelsea and Bradley. You might be wondering, how do I know that? Well, look at that. They've even got it wrote on their capes here. So it even shows which houses they're part of. So tell me, Chelsea, why you were Ravenclaw?
Because it's about all the smarts and reading, and I just love to read, really.
Bradley, why are you a Hufflepuff?
I don't know, it just chose me.
Oh.
I didn't want to be Hufflepuff, I wanted to be something different.
Oh.
But
you get what you're given.
Exactly.
Yeah. So whereabouts have you guys come from this evening?
Birmingham.
Birmingham? And what a night to come on, eh? You might have told, it's very, very cold here and very, very wet. So it's one of those things, we of course know that it's the only thing really in the north. So I guess for you guys as well, it's closer than the London experience.
Oh, we've been to that as well.
Have you? Yeah. You've been to the proper fans we've got here. How long have you guys been fans for?
Forever, since book one.
So you guys have a favourite film?
It's got to be Prisoner of Azkaban.
How about you, Bradley?
Goblet of Fire.
Goblet of Fire. Love that. Well, thank you very much. Stay dry and enjoy the rest of your evening.
Thank you.
Phew, I tell you what, it is hard work being a wizard. So if you fancy a refreshment, you can grab yourself some butterbeer or, even better, a nice warm hot chocolate from the Cauldron Cafe. Fabulous, I'll go for this one.
Ooh, nice choice. Whenever you're ready, nice and loud, Expecto Patronum.
Wonderful. I'm going to cast myself a spell, are you ready? Expecto Patronum! And look at this, just a bit further down the path from the mushrooms, another spell. Glacius! And nothing happens. Wait a minute! Oh! I am magic after all. Look at this, I've found the Ford Anglia. No sign of Harry, Ron or Hermione, but there is only one redhead I'm interested in. That's Belinda Scandal down at the Palace Theatre. Over to you, Belinda.
Few villains, few downsides, bad sides and naughty sides within the show as well, isn't there? It is a roller coaster. Perhaps tell people who don't know, I mean, if you don't know, you're in trouble, what the story of this show is.
Yeah, well, I mean, from my perspective, the story is of Simba, who starts his life off as a young prince who is heir to the throne of the Pride Lands and is, set to inherit everything the light touches. But when a big catastrophic event, no spoilers, happens to him, he kind of runs away from his duties and leaves the Pride Lands into the jungle, and it takes sort of the love of his community and all the people around him and beautiful Nala to bring him back to his senses and to help reclaim the Pride Lands and set the world to rights, really.
And along that journey, you do get to meet Timon and Pumbaa.
I do, yes, yeah.
I mean, they're just fantastic characters. There isn't... A lot of people, I think, would dismiss this show as perhaps a Disney, and then put, it in, like...
Yeah.
But it's so much more than that now. It's hit the stage, hasn't it?
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I mean, for me, Simba is a character that has so much depth. And, he's technically a Disney prince, but I think there are so many kind of emotions that he works through. There's, he has a lot of guilt, he has a lot of shame, a lot of feelings of abandonment. And so for me, kind of every night you go on stage carrying these really weighty emotions that I know a lot of the audience will resonate with, and what's kind of nice, we've talked about this before, about it kind of feels a bit like therapy. You get to come on stage and work through those issues, and the final ending is such a joyous kind of reunion for all the characters that I hope the audience goes on that journey with us. Yeah.
It's fantastic. I look forward to it. Make sure you check it out. It's going to be here for an absolute long time, but it's one that I think people will come back. I mean, we don't get week shows.
Yeah.
So it's here for a week, it's here for a week, this is here for a long time. Yeah. So people will be able to enjoy this more than once. Check it out, Lion King, here at the Palace Theatre. Back to you, Michael.
Thanks very much, Belinda. As you can see, the Nifflers have been on the rob. They've stolen some of your most precious jewellery. But come with me, we're going to go see what else is on the route. And look at this for an end of the programme. Thanks so much for joining me here at the Arley Hall and Gardens in Cheshire. I've been Michael Adams. I'm from Belinda Scandal in Manchester. We'll see you next week only on Your Manchester!